video.
Alright, we're going up on a billboard. This one's really high in the air, as you can see. So we're ready. Safety first. Safety first. You got this tie off leg.
I guess I'll go with them.
Yeah. Hey guys, we're from Metco today. We just stopped back by. This is our second visit. We came with our initial idea and we got some supplies from them. So we went up on a billboard today, took some good pictures. We've got a better idea of what we're doing exactly. We got some materials, some vinyl samples and some cable and stuff like that from them. They're also going to make us a frame that we're going to be able to work with. And we talked to them about our design. They like it. They had a couple of ideas for us and we're going to work with those and come up with a prototype. Dan, you weren't really wrong. Now you are. Go ahead.
Okay, so today we have installed the vinyl lifting system, which basically will consist of these bars right here, which the clips will be attached to, and one on the other side as well. And the vinyl bar right here, which will actually attach to the front of the vinyl, at which point this winch will crank and it will lift using a series of 3 pulleys here. And we only have one side currently, but we're actually working on the other side. And we'll raise the vinyl completely up into an upright position, and at a certain point it will actually flip this, rotating the spring hinge right here completely back, allowing the tension on the vinyl.
We are in the Mecca lobby. You can show our model.
Not going. You can drop the bottom now. You can wait a little bit and drop it later. We're going to drop it now because we need a little extra weight on this.
Yeah, there's
like
not
a
enough
model.
weight to pull it down. Yeah. Also, with this particular model, because that bar has such a large width, whenever we wind it down, the spring hinges actually hit the top of that bar, so it doesn't actually let it clear the frame at the top. So we just push it for now. But theoretically, I guess that would have something.
Really, all that's up, yeah, a low guy bar at the top of that.
If you're going to use an aluminum extrusion,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can shake the aluminum extrusion so it's sort of rounded
Yeah.
slide right over.
Yeah, again, that's just a problem with this model, but it's right here what we're talking about. And once you get it out to clear the billboard, you're fine. Now these are the hinges that we're talking about, the spring-loaded ones, obviously. There we go. Yeah, drop them back down into place just like they're supposed to. And this is what I was trying to talk about with you just a second ago, and that's
So if those pulleys were right there,
yeah, we'd just be running cable directly on that frame, right? I don't know if that's an issue because it's a
It
metal
may not
frame.
be an issue. We can
Yeah.
always have a little sleeve goes right there because
Right.
it's going to be behind it anyway.
Yeah, but that was really the reason for this forward pulley is to keep contact off of
Yeah.
that.
We could do something like we do with the retainers, where you put like a stronger material, a clamp over there and actually
Yeah. Put a spacer.
and as it goes down, they could decide to do all the clamps at the end or all at once.
Yeah, it's just gonna bunch on them if they
Yeah.
don't. That's really
Yeah.
the issue.
So just as
Drop
easy
balls
as-
at the top one. Okay.
Drop all of them but the top?
Let the top one, leave the top one hanging.
I did that backwards.
I just figured we'd leave it hanging for now.
Okay.
Partially assembled in case we want to mess with it.
Oh, but the top clips or the top one of this
This one,
also?
yeah.
Okay,
I thought we would. I don't know. I'm just talking.
that's fine.
Yeah, that's basically what we got right now. And like I said, the problems that we're seeing with the scale model that I don't anticipate being a problem on a bigger scale or with better materials would be getting stuck up here at the top. Right now we've got that, but rapid, we'll be able to get a lot more tension with better clips.
And the dog ears, hopefully.
And if we're making, instead of a solid frame on the top and bottom like we've got right now, if these clips can move, that'll definitely help us with play, it'll help with wrinkles, and once you do that side tension, everything should straighten out a lot better there too. Well, we're getting, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, the other thing you do, if this were coming up here, you could also put a little tab on each end, so this comes up here, it locks in.
It just locks up at the front.
Right.
About wrap. Well, would that not reveal the clips or leave the clips?
Oh, no,
exposed?
you're going to be going straight back.
Yeah, lock it in and plug it over
No, you'd be,
there. Yeah, we weren't really
Might
sure
be
how
able
much
to
of
do
that
that.
kind of, tabbage kind of things were okay with that or not. What we tried to do was eliminate most of that we could. Keep everything as clear as we could off of that face. And then, another good thing, honestly, I think about this type of design is that a lot of the stuff can be tweaked. Even the pulley setup, like we talked about, you already said, dropping one towards the back and doing it. Still works with the same idea of having a solid frame that rides up to the top. Keeps everybody on the lower catwalks too, which when we did our priority analysis, keeping people off the top seemed like an important number. Yes. Having that low number of changes and staying down low.
Gripper pulls, first of all, but that, let's face it, any other design outside of...
Gripper pulls is tough.
Yeah, it
It's
was
a hard one to eliminate.
We wanted to do it on everything. Yeah.
I was like, you gotta have a solid frame somewhere. You just do.
so this piece here, does that have to be a rod, that be cable?
It could be what? Yes, actually, cable is definitely an option. Was an option. We were actually going to use these
The problem that we saw with the cable is unless it's really tensioned, yeah, is once you lock it back, the middle's
Yeah, because then you're gonna need an awful strong
right.
rod there.
Yeah, it's
decided-
gonna have to
You're
be
gonna grip
mega
it more.
tension. Yeah.
We decided we could do multiple
Or
hooks.
no,
It's
one
flexible.
inch grip bar.
Flex too.
Yeah,
Yeah, but one inch?
And that's why we went with the solid rod is because it'll hold the shape better.
and
We
also.
get a 3 inch, we get a heavy one.
So you have
It won't be that much more.
Off this TV. Yep. And again, this is the winch that we've got. We've got it set up both running both pulleys, which I think makes sense. That way you can keep, solid tension. Some sort of adjustability in here would be good. Maybe when it's up and finally done, you've got an extra little
For
tension you
leveling.
can throw on there if you had to get it perfect. But again, if these clips are set square and you've got that line, running it up and then picking where that line should be pretty set, right? So we feel about it. Now, what we're talking about with that, if this wasn't a spring-loaded hinge, what we're seeing with that, we can actually take the spring out right now. Straight one.
Yeah, that one's gonna be easier
Yeah,
to
let's
take
pop
out.
this one out. Okay. We gotta not lose that one on the table. It seems like ridiculous. Anyway, is once we're coming up, after we hit that hinge and lock over, if we're just pulling it down, I don't see what's gonna make that come the rest of the way over. Now, we can lock on the line to do that, but then it's gonna interfere with the going. There may be another reason. I don't know. I mean, there might be a way to get around that, but that's why we went spring loaded, is because we needed something to make that flip back over, and we couldn't figure out how to make that happen. And this honestly seemed like a really good solution.
Yeah.
The little springs did the job perfect as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that's if I keep the springs in.
That's what we're looking at. On a larger scale model, this pulley could be a lot further down,
Right.
give us a lot more clearance. It could also be out a lot further. Right now we've kind of constricted right into the main winch. This again, if this was up a little higher, it could be out if we needed to, but up is the main key. And this is narrower, then when that locks up and folds over, you should clear this billboard plenty.
Yeah, we couldn't go that far back
Nice
with
pretty
these
edge, yeah.
because the pulley's right here. It's such a short distance to that pulley. When you start doing that, then you
That's
completely
kinda crazy.
disables that pulley really from its job.
Plus, this is obviously not materials, the final product that we made. That's easy to use, and we've got a woodworking shop at school we can mess with.
Tilted now. But yeah, see how that easily can become an issue with the levelness there
Yeah.
because of this single spool.
Also in our setup, holding the cables in place, we've got big bolts in here that are
That's true.
interfering with the cables going around and things. A better setup winch with maybe a divider to where there's a set for each side
Yeah.
would definitely work better. We just didn't have access to one of those at the time.
That is a-
Yeah. That's kind of what we're messing with. Anything you guys want to play with? Or